Hola, buenos dias, good morning, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl here, Daniela, Miss Four Lizard, and I am so excited to be really settling into my reading journal today. In this video, I just quickly want to share my newest reading journal setup. I've changed it quite a bit from what I had previously, and I'm also going to be setting up a spread for a book that I am currently reading, The Books of Jacob by Olga Tokarczuk. This is just a little image of it. I took this photo while I was at a cafe one day, but I am so excited to be settling into this reading journal. I've fallen in love with this reading journal. I think it's really the setup that I was looking for and envisioning, and I just had to change up what I had done previously. So if you're interested in seeing my current reading journal setup and what I've done to level her up, then just keep on watching. Okay, so if you watched my last reading journal update, which I filmed maybe 2 to 3 months ago, I'm not sure, you will not recognize this reading journal at all, because previously I had been using a classic sized planner as a reading journal, and I was using the cover of the Welcome to the Book Club planner. I had actually used that planner previously, I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I forget when I used that mainly, but I had been using that one for a bit, and I think because I'm really getting into the big sized planners, I felt kind of comfortable moving into a big size, and I just had to use this planner cover for my reading journal because it is the perfect reading journal cover. This is from the Modern Bookish line from the Happy Planner. They came out with this planner, which was a teacher layout, so the pages look something like this. And of course, I thought it would be perfect for a reading journal. I forget what discs this planner came with. These discs are the champagne Mickey discs. So the little outline in the disc is a Mickey head, and I think the champagne color looks fantastic with this beautiful, more neutral color story. This image here is just stunning, but here, let me get into the reading journal. Big planners are just so huge. They take up the entire frame of the camera. So I just love all of the imagery that's in this planner, and I also have the Modern Bookish sticker book as well, and this is just one of my absolute favorite sticker books that they have come out with. Actually, before they released this collection, before I even knew it was coming, I made a video a while back about the 10 sticker books I wish the Happy Planner would make, and one of the sticker books that I had put on my wish list was like a sophisticated bookish, which was a bookish themed sticker book but with like neutral colors, and this is absolutely what I was thinking of when I was envisioning that sticker book. So I'm so lucky that the Happy Planner was also on the same page with that. But just these images are stunning. I haven't really done too much in the first couple of pages because this isn't really a traditional planner. I use it as a journal. So after the calendar pages, I'm kind of using this as a monthly planner and as a book by book journal. So the first page after the yearly calendars is the August overview. I think I'm gonna cover it up with some kind of what's it called, scrapbook paper, because I don't want this to be, connected to August, because I want to have my reading challenge of all the books that I've read this year in the beginning of the planner. So I had this spread in my old planner, and so I had to peel up all of these photos of books that I've read and transfer them to new scrapbook paper. And this scrapbook paper I actually got from this Happy Planner memory keeping, what is this called? Pre-punched cardstock paper pack. I got this on clearance in my Joann's for 80% off the original clearance price. So I think this was about $2 and something, or maybe even less. It was such a steal. They only had one of these left. I got this one, and then I also got like a bright colored one. But if they had multiple ones of these, I would have picked up maybe like 3 of these, because I think these are so useful for scrapbooking in a big Happy Planner. And because I'm using a big a lot this year, I can definitely see myself getting through this pretty quickly. So this reading challenge is really fun. Basically every time I finish a book this year, I take a photo of the book. If it's a physical book, I try to make like a cute staged photo. As you can see, these are all books that I kind of staged. But if I'm listening to it on audiobook and I don't have the physical copy, I'll just download an image from online and then just print it out like that. So the ones that are like Audible books, you can kind of tell because like the book takes up the entire image here. So really quickly, this was The Last Beautiful Girl, The Raven Tower, Hood Feminism, Nothing But Blackened Teeth, Atomic Habits, The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina. And something fun that I've been doing is I kind of give each book a rating here using just a little quarter box sticker. And then here on the back side, we have an episode in the life of a landscape painter, what I talk about when I talk about running, We Have Always Been Here, the book of Ichigo Ichie, The Medicine Bag, and Helsing Volume 1, the deluxe edition. I thought I would be able to put 9 books on a page like this in like a 3x3 grid, but I think I'm only going to be able to put 6, even though these pages are big. I just think like the images are just a little bit too big alongside the little 5-star tracker. So I think I'm just going to have to like play around with stickers and the placements. So I've already put in another cardstock paper here. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to add books. And I really need to update the books here that I have read this year. I only have 6 right now glued in here, but I think I've read 13 this year. So let's see. I just printed these out at my local CVS and I haven't gotten around to setting them up. Okay, let's see. I think I tried to put them in order of when I read them. So let's do this. And oh my goodness, I think I'm missing a book here. I thought I had printed out a book that I'm about to read, so I just wanted to print it out, but I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I printed it out, but I just don't think that I think I lost it. See, there was this book here, but I printed out in a smaller print. This one I'm actually going to use for like when I'm actually constructing the planner spread or like the page spread for this book. I just started that book. I'm so upset. I thought that I had that somewhere. So I really want to see if I can squeeze in these 9 books. Let me see. I don't know if I will be able to, honestly. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I'm just gonna have to scoot it as far up to the top of the page as possible and then try to squeeze in that little quarter box underneath the book here. So if I squeeze it like right there. So let me quickly add these quarter boxes and then glue down these images. Okay, and something that I've really enjoyed doing is I use this clean color dot marker to map out kind of like these 5 dots that represent like the 5 stars that you can rate a book on Goodreads. And if you're on Goodreads, definitely give me a follow and I'll follow you back. I just love connecting with people on Goodreads. So if you have Goodreads, please don't hesitate to send a friend request. Okay, and then I can just use my Papermate Flare here to rate these books. So the books that I read are Daniel Levitin's The Organized Mind, Thinking Straight in the Age of Information Overload. I actually listened to this on Audible and I gave it 3 stars. I honestly thought it was kind of disorganized for a book that is about organization and distractions and information overload. I did not think it was well written. I think it was like, it had such potential and had a promising idea, but the delivery was kind of lacking. And then I read Duncan Tonetiah's Undocumented: A Workers' Fight. This was honestly a really cool graphic novel that was stylized in like a pre-Columbian format with the book kind of folding out like an accordion. I thought it was really cool. It was about basically workers' rights and the story of an organization of workers that managed to come together and better their working conditions in New York. Thought that was really cool. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I also listened to Mariam Kaba's We Do This Till We Free Us. This was a book about abolitionist organizing and transforming justice. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars as well. I listened to it on Audible. I thought it was a really cool collection of stories about prison abolition and activism. And then I read The Uninhabitable Earth, Life After Warming by David Wallace Wells. I actually listened to this on Audible as well. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I think it was well written and it really delivered this message about, you know, our changing world. Or did I give it 4 stars? I don't remember if I gave it 3 or 4 stars. I'll have to check on Goodreads, but it's either 3 or 4. I'll double check later. And then I read Jennifer McMahon's The Children on the Hill. I gave this 3 stars as well. I listened to this on Audible as well. It's a work of fiction and it's kind of like a modern take on Frankenstein, the novel by Mary Shelley. I thought it was a fun story. I didn't think it was super well written. I thought it was a fun story, but I think that the ending was kind of forced, and so I just gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a fun, suspenseful thriller, very entertaining, but nothing, you know, revolutionary there. And then The Books of Jacob by Olga Tokarczuk. I actually haven't finished this. I'm about 200 pages from the end. It's a 900-page book, so it is quite the epic. And I've actually read some of it, and I also have been listening to it on Audible. With a book this massive, I feel it's really helpful to be able to read it in 2 different ways. I started listening to it on Audible, but then I switched over to reading it and I read about like 300 pages, and then I switched back into Audible because I had to return it to the library. I checked it out of the library and I just wasn't able to finish it before it was due, so I switched back to the Audible and I've been listening to it ever since, and it's actually been really wonderful of a book. I do enjoy reading it on Audible, especially since there's a lot of Polish names, a lot of Turkish names, and it's nice to actually hear them pronounced appropriately. This is a fantastic book. I tend to not rate them until I've finished reading them, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 5 out of 5 stars. And then I'm starting Pachinko this week. It's sitting on my nightstand and I'm just waiting to pick it up, so I just wanted to pop it in there because I know that I'm going to be reading it next. I've also started reading Lessons from Plants by Berondel Montgomery, but again, I don't know where the photo of this one went. I thought they were all kind of in the same spot, but I don't know what happened. It just disappeared on me. So I might have to print it again and then pop it in here when it's done. And those are the books that I have read so far in 2022. My reading challenge is to read 35 books this year. I am a couple books behind that right now, but I feel like near the end of the year, I tend to just read a lot of like graphic novels that take me like 2 to 3 days to finish, just to get me to that, you know, to meet the number that I'm trying to meet. And so this is the September divider. I believe this planner started in August, but because I didn't really start it until September, I just took out August and popped it in the back. And then this is the monthly layout for September. I really like monthly layouts because for planners that I'm really not trying to work in on a day-to-day basis, and I kind of want to work minimally in them, I just like focusing on the monthly layout and filling this out. and then treating the weekly pages as journaling pages. So I think what I'm gonna do is check in every day with my monthly. I like putting like book club meetings here, library runs here, library due dates here, anything that's like book related. If there's a book fair going on, there's a book event, a reading, what have you, anything book related goes onto the monthly. I also want to like make notes of when I finish and start books and things like that. And I just love this so much. And the sidebar, I want to write all of the books that I'm reading during the month here. So what I want to do in this video, oh, and I have just some sticky notes in here and my, so what I want to do in this video here, I glued some of that pre-punched cardstock paper from that Happy Planner pad to the back of this because I wanted to cover up this layout on one side. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do kind of like a freestyle junk journal type of situation on this half of the page and then kind of write more on this page. I think that's gonna be like the happy medium that I'm gonna go for. And I already started kind of playing around with what I'm gonna do here. I'm thinking that I'm going to cut this to be kind of like a border around this picture here. So I'll toss that, and then maybe I will do something like that. Hi everyone, it's Daniela interrupting this video because I did it again. I made a long ass video and it wasn't until I was in post-production editing this video that I realized that it is way too long and I need to cut it down. So I thought it would be nice to cut this long video into two pieces. The first video is just going to be just a general update of my reading challenge spread, and then the second video is going to be the construction of the planner spread, the mucho style spread that I'm going to be doing for this book, The Books of Jacob. So I'll be publishing that the day after I publish my reading challenge tracker. And if you're interested in seeing how the Books of Jacob spread came out, then just check out that video that's gonna come right after. But thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me here today. I really appreciate it. And again, don't forget to check out that other video if you want to see how this planner spread came out. So I hope to see you there. So until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and happy reading. Bye.